Welcome, everyone. Can you believe what you're about to see? These are moments so wild and unexpected captured by camera, they'll shake your understanding of reality. Are you ready to be stunned, amazed, and maybe even a little scared? Let's dive right in. Imagine a fearless little cane standing its ground, boldly confronting a massive grizzly that dared step onto its owner's territory. Can you feel the tension? Who would have thought such a tiny creature could stand up to such a giant? Isn't it incredible how courage knows no size? What started as playful teasing suddenly exploded into fierce protection. This dog attacked in a flash because someone dared mess with its beloved owner. Have you ever seen loyalty turn into such fiery defense? Doesn't this remind us how deep the bond between pets and humans really is? High above the ground, workers assemble towering poles facing constant danger from dizzying heights in heavy machinery. Can you imagine the courage it takes to work in such perilous conditions every day? Isn't their bravery something we should all respect deeply? The sudden arrival of a wild black bear at a gas station sent everyone fleeing in fear. Can you imagine the shock and panic in that moment? How would you react if a huge wild animal showed up in your daily path? Isn't nature's unpredictable? With a massive load shifting behind the truck's front wheels, lifted off as it lost control on the construction site. Can you feel the sudden rush of panic in the driver's chest? How quickly can disaster strike when weight and balance are out of sync? While renovating a city drainage ditch, the excavator struck a water pipe, causing a muddy fountain to spray high tangling and power lines above. Have you ever witnessed such chaos erupt from a simple accident? Doesn't this remind us how fragile urban systems really are? The driver of a three-wheeled vehicle struggled as his axle broke, making the wheels wobble dangerously on the road. Can you sense the tension as control slips away? How would you stay calm in such a shaky, unpredictable situation? Just a tiny mistake sent the three-wheeler roaring forward unexpectedly, but luckily no one was hurt. Have you ever experienced how a split-second error can turn into a near disaster? Doesn't this make you appreciate the thin line between safety and chaos? Watch as the man uses nothing but his legs to firmly hold a metal pipe, determined to cut it perfectly. Isn't it amazing what human strength and focus can achieve? Have you ever been so dedicated to mastering a task against all odds? The forklift driver recklessly slammed into an iron post, violently tossing himself from the seat. Can you imagine the shock and pain of such a careless accident? How often do we underestimate the dangers of machinery around us? A motorcycle smoothly halted on the road, patiently waiting as a snake crossed. Isn't it astonishing to see respect for wildlife in everyday moments? Have you ever paused in your busy life to honor nature's small journeys? The boat captain expertly maneuvers a tiny canal flanked by thick greenery, speeding with impressive control. Can you feel the thrill of such precise navigation? How much skill does it take to master such a challenging path? Against a backdrop of blue sky and golden sun, colorful clouds swirl mysteriously, mixing whites with dazzling hues. Doesn't this breathtaking display make you wonder about nature's endless creativity? Have you ever felt inspired just by watching the sky? Risking it all, the black off-road vehicle splashes boldly through a raging flood river. With sheer skill and experience, it conquers the challenge. Can you sense the adrenaline pumping through the driver's veins? Would you dare take on such a daring feat? A clever monkey effortlessly picks a hotel room lock, sneaking inside to raid the fridge, then relaxes on the balcony like a true tourist. Isn't it wild to see such cunning and charm in a wild animal? Have you ever caught a glimpse of nature's unexpected? mischief. Thin ice sheets on the river's surface are lifted like fragile needles by the boatman's paddle shimmering in the sunlight. Can you picture this delicate dance between man and nature? Doesn't this quiet moment evoke a profound sense of wonder? Thick, pristine ice layers are crushed and cracked beneath the heavy passage of a ship. Can you hear the ominous cracking and feel the immense power at work? How fragile and temporary do these frozen wonders suddenly seem? The woodsman triumphantly harvests a massive golden honeycomb, dripping with thick, sweet honey, the earth's liquid gold. Isn't nature's generosity astonishing? Have you ever tasted the sweetness of such a rare and precious gift? The black dog's excitement is palpable as it stands atop a bridge, watching a speeding train zoom by below. Can you sense the pure joy and fascination radiating from this furry adventurer? Doesn't it remind you to find wonder? In the small moments. Overloaded and stressed, a sand-dredging ship's hull bends and cracks, slowly sinking into the river. Can you feel the terrifying weight pushing it down? How easily can human activity be overwhelmed by nature's limits? Two massive ships, one black and one red, collide lightly while sailing opposite each other, but the force pushes both violently into the riverbank. Isn't it shocking how even a small impact can cause great damage? How careful must captains be navigating such narrow waterways? Passengers watch anxiously as their ship leans dangerously, threatening to capsize into the deep ocean. Can you imagine the rising panic and helplessness on board? How strong must the crew be to keep everyone safe in such moments? A towering iron container crane collapses, suddenly crashing down like soft blocks of wood. Doesn't this dramatic fall leave you breathless? How precarious can even the mightiest structures be? Huge waves crash violently against moored speedboats, tossing them like toys in white foam. Can you hear the roar and feel the chaos? How fragile is calm when nature unleashes its fury? A heavy cargo ship laden with countless containers leans sharply and slams against the shore. Can you imagine the deafening crash and the tension in the crew? How dangerous is transporting such massive loads? With its colossal size, one ship bulldozes a smaller vessel ahead, spinning it helplessly on the water surface. Isn't the raw power on display almost frightening? How vulnerable are smaller boats in these waters? The front half of a truck dangles precariously off a ship's edge, a terrifyingly fragile scene. Can you feel the suspense hanging in the air? How quickly could disaster strike if anything shifts? An old train, weathered and rusty, slowly creeps along its tracks like a tiny moving house. Doesn't it hold stories of countless journeys? How nostalgic does this slow futuristic engineering. Inside an underground cave, layers of deep blue paint-like hues glow mysteriously, nature's own masterpiece. Can you feel the magic and mystery in this hidden world? How many secrets does our planet still hold beneath its surface? A powerful avalanche of snow and ice tumbles down rocky mountain peaks, blanketing everything below in white. Can you imagine the unstoppable force and sudden silence after such a rush? How humbling is nature's overwhelming power? A man boards a high-speed train, bringing along his loyal dog and charming ducks as traveling companions. Isn't it heartwarming to see such friendship on the move? How often do we forget to share adventures? With those we love. A whirlwind lifts dust, trash, and debris high into the air, swirling rapidly and spreading everywhere across the land. Can you picture this chaotic dance of destruction? How uncontrollable and wild can storms become? Behold this rusty, aged train, its iron frame worn by time embodying the beauty of history itself. Doesn't it make you feel connected to a past era? How many stories might these old rails tell? If they could speak. Thank you for watching till the end. Which moment shocked you the most or touched your heart? Did these wild and wonderful scenes inspire you? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more unbelievable stories. Stay curious and keep exploring the extraordinary.